Alright, howdy everyone. The time is 5:42 p.m. and it is June 5th. This is another update from Great Lakes weather. The weather is kind of quiet. It's been quiet over the past couple of days, which is kind of just resulted in me giving more weekly updates because, well, especially since I'm going to be quite busy this next month. But I'm just going to be providing an update mostly every Sunday as the weather remains quiet, and we're going to talk about why is it remaining quiet. Now, there is going to be some thunderstorm activity tomorrow that could lead to some severe weather in the Great Lakes region, but it really doesn't look like we're going to have a environment that will be primed for severe weather in our area until later on in mid-June. So it's going to be relatively quiet for the beginning of June. So we're going to talk about that, but first make sure you're on all our platforms. You can see all of them listed there right in front of you. Scan that QR code in the bottom right hand corner if you'd like to get connected. Visit our website using that QR code if you're watching on desktop. Alright, we're going to dive right in, make this relatively a short video, and give you just a quick rundown of what is happening in the world of weather. So let's begin with the latest on the temperatures in the upper levels of the atmosphere, or the height anomaly, which can show us the temperature trends in the upper levels of the atmosphere at 500 millibars, the pressure at 500 millibars in the upper levels of the atmosphere. And you can really see there is a nice cooler air mass sitting across much of the United States, continental United States, and it really is strongest focused up towards New England area and getting closer to the Great Lakes region. This really is keeping our temperatures down, and as our temperatures stay down, it's really going to inhibit more severe weather activity, because with cool air in the upper levels of the atmosphere, you don't really have that environment that can be put together for severe weather, because cold air tends to sink. Okay, when cold air sinks, you don't really get that ability for updrafts to really form in the atmosphere. So this is really going to sit over our region over the next several days this week. So we're going to take a look at that real quick as we progress this forward. This is the latest model run from the GFS model, so this is for today, and this is around the current time. You still got that. It's going to be quite a persistent air mass. This right here, this little low pressure system that's going to be kind of developing, it's going to be weak because, again, it's not really there's not really a very warm air mass ahead of it that's driving the strength of this low pressure system, or the strength of the cold front, really. But it is going to bring a little bit of potential for some thunderstorms, maybe a marginal severe risk across the Great Lakes region, and I'm going to show you that on radar in just a second. But that's going to move through tomorrow, and it's going to bring some heavy rain, maybe even upwards of up to an inch of rain. That's really the big thing that we're going to be watching with this, is the rainfall totals from this. So let's continue. You can really see we still have that cold air mass sitting up in Michigan and northern parts of the lower Great Lakes states, and it's going to continue to just kind of just lag over the area, with maybe a couple chances of rain here and there into the next week as well. So as this just continues to move through these air masses, we may get some brief pop-ups of some rain showers throughout the week. But really the temperature is going to stay around the 70s this week. So it's going to be rather comfortable air. Not super humid air is going to be really fueling this. We may get temperatures around 80 degrees tomorrow as well, and it's going to be a little bit more humid, but it's not really going to be super sticky this week. It's going to remain relatively comfortable, given that you have this cool air mass sitting over the Great Lakes region. So looks like, based on what I'm seeing, we've got basically a guaranteed rainfall chance tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening across all of the Great Lakes region, unless you live in the Upper Peninsula. Really, anywhere south of that's probably going to see rain tomorrow. Really afternoon as well. It's going to be focused in the afternoon and in the overnight hours on Monday night. And it's going to bring some thunderstorms, so it's going to be kind of a noisy overnight time with those thunderstorms moving through. And then Wednesday, there's a slight chance. Wednesday and maybe late on the day on Friday, we're going to see some rainfall chances pop up as well with these series of weaker low pressure systems moving through. This cold air mass continues to sit over the region. This is Friday, and then it's going to start to begin to move out of the area, and it's going to become weaker, but it's still sitting over much of the Great Lakes region. And then by the time we get into the middle of June, around the 13th, so that's next Monday, not tomorrow, but next Monday. Now we see the buildup of a ridge, and when that ridge builds in, indicates that there's warmer air. It's a warmer air mass. It's warmer than normal in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That is when we could see some weather changes, some hot, humid air, and later on, if we get an environment where a colder air mass sits behind this ridge, we could see the development of a storm event. Now, again, that's not really depicted in the models right now. And again, as we get into the long range, it's really hard to make that determination. So it's really just going to be something we watch. But it looks like the middle of June is really going to heat up for much of the area. And then we've got this colder air mass in the backside we might have to watch. But that is what's going on in the upper levels of the atmosphere. How does that influence our weather? Well, let's take a look at that real quick with the temperature models, okay? So this is according to the HRRR model. This is just for the next few days. We're not really going to go super far into it, but you're gonna see the trend that is really just going to continue all week. The temperatures you see here are really what are going to continue through most of the week. So this is this morning on Sunday. We've heated up into the 80s in some spots. Now, there's a big temperature difference between central Michigan and lower Michigan because the central Michigan has been seeing rainfall throughout the day today, and that's kind of just associated with a weaker system moving through the area. But as we continue to watch this progress through, you kind of see this air mass is slightly warmer than this one during the day on Monday, and that is what's going to drive that low pressure system to bring some thunderstorms. There's going to be potential for just a few updrafts moving through the area. That's going to drive some thunderstorm development. These storms aren't really going to be these storms won't be anything severe. I expect maybe just a marginal severe risk. We'll look at that in a second. But it is going to pack some heavy rainfall, maybe upwards of up to an inch in some spots. So after we get through this portion, let's go to a more broader model, GFS. After we get through this warmer air mass is going to be moving through, then you can kind of see where our temperatures are going to go. You can see it kind of gets cold in the night, the temperatures in the 50s, and then it warms back up. If you're farther to the south, you will see warmer temperatures around the 80s, but if you get into parts of Michigan, you will see cooler temperatures on Wednesday and Thursday, but it really is going to lag around the 70s, low 70s as you go north, so not really hot. That's all I can say. It's going to be a little warmer if you get down into parts of Indiana and Ohio, but other than that, it's really going to be rather cool compared to what we've been seeing over the past couple of weeks. So 70s looking like this whole week, and then we may see a warm up as we get into that warmer air mass. In fact, it looks like a heat wave is going to be in parts of Kansas with temperatures around 106 degrees. Now, again, keep in mind this is a long range model, so that's pretty far out. So we don't really want to be thinking about that 100-degree temperatures that far out. It's too soon to tell on that regard. And again, long-range models, again, kind of show some things that may not entirely be true. So we'll just keep an eye on that as we go through. All right, so you can really see 70s throughout the week. That's pretty the obvious sign. Now, potential for severe weather tomorrow. We want to get to this. So marginal risk for severe weather, not really a good chance for severe weather driving. Again, we don't really have a very hot and humid air mass ahead of this system. We just have maybe a slightly warmer temperature set up ahead of the system. There is tornado potential in southern Indiana. It is low, so I don't think we will be seeing a tornado. And if we do see one, it's not going to be strong. It's not going to be a very strong tornado. So low chance in southern Indiana, and the wind and hail risk again are quite low. It's really just maybe a storm is going to pack some severe potential, but there will be some more general thunderstorm activity across the area tomorrow. So not really looking at a severe weather event tomorrow. Just some pop-up thunderstorms that may become severe warned if the National Weather Service tends to prompt that. But that is according to the Storm Prediction Center. And then still some thunderstorm chances across Indiana, Ohio on Tuesday morning. So that's as that's moving out of the area. And then we're watching this potential system that is going to be developing in the Plains region. We'll see if that involves our area as we get into later forecast predictions. But again, we're going to wait on that, and the SPC is not confident in where that's going to be just yet because of the model variability. So we're going to wait on that, and we'll see what happens with that as well. Really, tomorrow, low severe weather risk. All right. Now, here's the weather activity that's likely going to be developing with the system that we're going to see tomorrow. So, progressing it forward, you have some shower and thunderstorm activity that is kind of developing off to the west. You got a lot of rainfall in the Upper Peninsula, parts of in the Eastern Upper Peninsula, parts of northern Michigan. Everywhere south of the Upper Peninsula is likely going to see rain tomorrow and Tuesday. The Western Upper Peninsula may dodge some of that activity as this system moves through. Then by Monday afternoon, you get the development of some of those showers and thunderstorms. Again, these showers and thunderstorms could pack a severe risk, but that severe risk is not going to be significant, packing marginal tornado risk and the low chance for some hail. So that is what we're watching with this, and the marginal severe risk may continue up into eastern Michigan as well, but otherwise it's really just looking like a rain thunderstorm event, not really anything too significant. But you can really see everywhere across the Great Lakes region is going to see rain tomorrow, and I think that would be a fair assumption for everyone in the region. So, going to be kind of wet tomorrow, but other than that, it really looks like lower chances of rain for the rest of the week and cooler temperatures. So, it will be a nice summer week to enjoy for pretty much most of the area. All right, that's all I wanted to really show you. Again, make sure to like this video if you liked it, and make sure to subscribe. I will continue to provide weekly updates as weather remains quiet and get a little bit more frequent as the weather tends to get more interesting. So make sure to stay with us as we continue to monitor these situations, and I will continue to provide updates on any severe weather potential that does develop for tomorrow across the Great Lakes region. So have a good rest of your Sunday, and I will see you all next week probably.